Tales of Epithumia by Brad Elias. Book 2, Titanomachy. Chapter 16, Control and Consequence.
Banners fly in full regale as we begin our fateful tale. Two armies will collide today, and only one will walk away. Will Zeus and Themis win the fight, or Cronus Atlas with their might? It's what we hope to see on the play. Atlas did agree, subdue but no fatalities, dominate but do not kill, Demeter cures all hurts and ills. We will not use the spear or blade, just the skin that Gaia made, so follow this decree on the play. Poseidon brought his trident down, it moved the water, shook the ground. The sea rose up from south and east, with Kronos trapped on Mount Arthurus, and Ares army in the west engaged the Dolonodius, with fury running free on the plain. If all consent, our secondary goal is clear. With all these perfect bodies here, an orgy's meant to be on the play. Up there suddenly on the play. Up there suddenly, evening entertainment, display of lusty feats, then it's off to shower, shit, sleep, and repeat. Yeah, shit, sleep, and repeat. Atlas strong, and they've been at it 10 years long, and neither will admit defeat. Hardly that firm embrace so sweet, the dearest frenemy on the play. Up there suddenly on the play.
Yes, my wanton wanderer, we have finally come to the battleground of the tumultuous Titanomachy. I am your informative narrator, Theme Miss. According to the rules of engagement, just explained in song by Helios and agreed upon by Zeus and Cronus, the battle was fought without all the fancy lethal weapons of Hephaestus. It was fought naked, skin to skin, like all of the best Greek tussles. The generals of the opposing sides, Atlas and myself, set up the perfectly honorable strategy. We have been at it for 10 years. Morning oil wrestling followed by feats of skill and strength in the afternoon, many of a sexual nature. Oh, and a buffet served in the evening. Shower, shit, sleep, repeat. The general rule of fairness in combat only allowed one to attack another with equal physical strength, and only after clear warning. Injuries happen. But, because everyone was immortal, they would drag themselves back to camp, and Demeter and her nymph nurses would completely heal them by morning. Here is one of the songs from the nymphs in the infantry.
Suited and recruited. We were suited and recruited. Now our duty fighting nudity. Now our duty fighting nudity. No gunship pirate salute. No gunship pirate salute. Put that beauty in my cutie. Put that beauty in my cutie. War and orgy is not for the northeast. War and orgy. Make warshy. Folks and wenches down in the trenches. Folks and wenches down in the trenches. Male or female, cheap or retail. Male or female, cheap or retail. Nymphs and fairies, sluts and cherries. Nymphs and fairies, sluts and cherries. Should be good, get excited. Get excited. War and orgy with sex and sorties. War and orgy. Make warshy. Top of bottom, swab of yada. Top of bottom, swab of yada. Sabordani, twinkle mommy. Sabordani, twinkle mommy. Chain of fury, so in a hurry. Chain of fury, so in a hurry. Everyone's gathered. When it's all in everyone's gathered. War and orgy is tough and sporty. War and orgy. Make warshy.
Please tell me your safe word. Gotta give me your safe word. Did you say your safe word? Safe word. Zeus and Hera directed their forces from Olympus in the north. Cronus sat alone on Arthries in the south with the battleground between them. Metis, still in Zeus's skull, advised to use the lightning bolts only as a last resort. He mostly aimed them at Arthries where Cronus deflected them with his scythe, the Deprorni. Ares in the west lead the 100-handed creatures and hapless giants from Tartarus against the battalions of the brute men no TS. It was the dirt-clod fight of the gods. Larger and larger chunks of earth were hurled at each opponent. Poseidon brought the ocean up to Mount Arthries, blocking retreat to the south and east. On the main battlefield, Atlas and I would wrestle each day to a draw, with both satisfaction and a new resolve. Hey, where's Hades?
With my new invisibility, nosy people aren't watching me. I can spy on, keep my eye on the young Persephone. Could it be she's the only one for me? How can my wicked beating heart feel suddenly so tender? Or something in her lovely eyes is making me surrender. What does she think of me in all my infamy? Does she like
One day, Menoetius broke the rules and threw a huge boulder directly at Olympus that hit Zeus right on the Athena scar on his forehead.
Take that.
Zeus burned in anger. His rage, the influence of fury, multiplied the power of the lightning bolt that he threw at Menoetius. The flash of light momentarily blinded all on the battlefield. Everything suddenly stops. Atlas races over to where his sibling last stood, which was just a smouldering crater. The body was not there. Menoetius is not in the underworld, or Elysian fields, or heaven, or anywhere. They have returned to chaos.
What is this great or of blasted stones? How was he slaughtered from Olympus' throne? Where is the soul in the flesh and bone? And why am I alone? Who said that to solve my siblings' breath? How can one action be the cause of death? Where is the justice when throne is left? What recourse have I left? Never rage in the sun. Their day is done. They're off the road to oblivion. The thread is no longer spun. We lost this one. They're off the road to oblivion. Where is the honor and loss of life? What is the goal of this deadly strife? How can this victory satisfy? Do you believe that life never rage in the sun? Their day is done. They're off the road to oblivion. The thread is no longer spun. We lost this one. They're off the road to oblivion. By size they lose, by might they're doomed, by rage consumed, nothing left to entomb. That to us doomed, a thorough root, will crash their cute, spellbound to root. I'm gonna miss the big loot. Never rage in the sun. Their day is done. They're off the road to oblivion. The thread is no longer spun. We lost this one. They're off the road to oblivion.
Cronus says he has had enough.
It's not worth killing for. It's not worth dying for. If death is fruit of war, I can't condone. You have the best of us. We'll go to Tartarus. No need for further fuss. You have the throne.
Phoebe says,
Thou lost beyond believing. Fate's threads are due for cleaving. We cannot bide the grieving. So Titans will be leaving.
Theme Miss leaves in disgust with other Titans.
I can't believe the mess we've made. It's just a game of war we thought we'd play. Our best intentions were waylaid. We lost our only chance to promenade.
Rhea sadly tells her children she is also departing, but insists her children promise to care for grandmother Gaia. As punishment for supporting the wrong side, Atlas has to hold Grandpa's stump. He stood with one foot on the southern continent and one on the northern continent and held up the castrated, but still dangerous, Uranus.
Errate, what I was meant to be for all eternity.
Thus, Gaia entered a time of global climate stability and fewer meteor strikes.
Zeus is the king of Epithumia. Zeus is the king of Epithumia. Zeus